Morning everybody, it's the 15th of February. We're sat just outside of Clevedon, Bristol, outside the Hungry Horse, just about to go in for breakfast, so it can only mean one thing, can't it? Acorn Fishery, and it is the last round of the Winter League. We're actually presently sat third in the league, which I'll be honest, I'm absolutely over the moon with. As those of you who followed these videos will know, we haven't drawn the best pegs, we haven't drawn completely awful ones. I think the best one we drew was 13 in the first round. We got a second out of that, and the worst one without a doubt was 31. That is dire, or it was until they put those oid in recently, and then in between that we've just had sort of quite so pegs, but we've managed to sort of sneak results off of them. We haven't had very big weight, so we're being beat by all the people around us. The two above and probably the two below have all got more weight than us, so if I draw on points I'm going to be pushed back on the sort of weight aggregate. But I'm just pleased to be up there in the top three, really. Like I say, with how we've drawn, I think it'd be lovely to stay in the top three, although I am only 1 point off a first, but it really is up and down, you just never know. So today we're in a section, we're on pegs 25 through to 40. It's hard to say where it's going to come from, to be honest. Earlier in the league, sort of 40, 38 was good. Then we had a little spell where the bridge in the middle, 33, 34 was quite good. And then 29 become dominant in the last couple of... So it really is difficult to say. Wherever we draw, we'll just do our best, which is all you can do. I'm not expecting it to be big weights. I think if we think along the same lines as we did the last one, 25 to 30 pound being up there, if we secure a top two place in section, I think we can sort of, I think we'd be top four. So I'd love to do that. If we were third or something, we might drop out of it, we might just scrape in, who knows. If we win the section and others don't do so well, who knows. So all to play for, fingers crossed. I'll see you on the bank. So quick little update. We've actually drawn peg 31 again. We beat one in it last time. It's done nothing really all through the series. I'm not expecting miracles. I'm a little bit deflated. It's probably the one peg that I did fear. I felt anything else we could work really hard and maybe muster up a weight, or some points I should say. But I'll look on the bright side, we're fishing, and you know, anything can happen. We'll give it our best and we'll see what happens. So straight out on the dobbin rig, looking for a quick cart and a sort of nice easy day then, isn't it? But sadly, 12-13 minutes later we don't even have a liner. So we try and find carp over the frugal amount of feed we've fed on that second shelf, but again, nothing. So we get no carp in the first 30 minutes, and I thought this was our best chance. So looking on my light rig now, where I've been pinging a few maggots down the track and just trying to catch anything. After what feels like an eternity, we get our first bite, and I'm already regretting, to be honest, wasting 30 minutes spent trying to find carp. But the truth of it is, if we had one, you know, 7-8 pound carp, we'd have been feeling a lot different, wouldn't we? It's just one of those. We gave ourselves a shot at one, and I think that's our chance really, early and late. So a small eyed to start with. That's a 4x12 rig, sort of strung out. I think they like to see it go down the eyed. I don't know that much about this species, but I think they like to sort of see it go down through the water. They tend to nail it after it's hit the bottom for a few seconds. I know a lot of people do associate these eyed with up in the water fishing, but I think it's a lot warmer then, to be honest, than what we got today. And they're just small stocked fish. The fishery stocked, I think something like, can't remember, I think a couple of 1,500 or something like that in them in here, which is lovely. They'll put on weight fast. They're great little fish. You know, as long as we take care of them as anglers, they're going to flourish, and they're a good little addition, especially when you're in pegs like this. So all you can do in this situation really, as I said, when you've drawn poorly, is just do the best you possibly can. Blinkers up. Although I'm sort of aware of what's going on around me, I'm not going to let what's going on around me influence me, if you like. It's a case of try for a carp early, try for a carp late. In between, catch everything else we can. But not getting even a liner early does make me feel like there's no carp around. don't profess to know that much about this species really, but I've learnt they give tiny bites, that's for sure. I mean, I've dotted the float right down now, and I'm lucky really that the conditions being so flat in that have allowed me to do that, because the bites, I cannot explain how tiny some of these are. Just pinpricks, you know. And then you sort of get the hook and it's in their mouth and the maggots all elongated and sucked, you know, in like a great big long skin. Amazing, really. It makes me feel like I want to put on a shorter hook length and bring some shot down, but I just don't think I'll get bites like it. And I don't really want to waste any more time. We're getting bites. And we're up against some good anglers today. We got Rob Wiltshire's been drawn on peg 15. No, sorry, peg 13, which is a good peg. Neil next to him as well has been drawn on 15. I got Graham over on 9. Um, so yes, it's going to be super tight today. It really is. And it's difficult to see everybody in this section as well, to sort of compare how you're doing. You can only see half the section. It's sort of dog legs off to my left, where you see the bit of a bridge there. That dog legs off around where the rest of the section is. There's another 3 anglers around there, and I can't see them. I can see the 2 to my left and the 2 or 3 to my right. As I say, it's just head down, isn't it? It starts to slow down, and as somebody told me, these eyed tend to gorge herself. Um, and it slowed right down now. When I look in the fish, when I catch an eye and unhook it and look down in its mouth, you can see all the maggots. So it reminds me of chub fishing on the rivers years ago. You know, when you used to look in the chub and see all the maggots in their mouths and realise you haven't got that many in the peg. For our right hand line, and nothing, so we moved back to the left hand side again. But bites are definitely getting scarcer now. Night on the second shelf, so back in the deep water. My biggest fear now is somebody catches one or two big carp and overtakes us in this section, or the part of the section I can see anyway. The Oid have basically feel like they sort of shut up shop now. So I've set little traps, just looking for that odd sort of fish now, bonus fish if we can, tench, perch, skimmers, obviously a rogue carp. So we plumb and feed a new line a little bit further down the second shelf, off to the left. And out of desperation, we also feed our other deep line as well. So we started sort of two new lines, if you like, just seeing if there's fish there, but it doesn't really happen. So we feed our short line, try those two lines, drop back on the short line. So yeah, we hook one on the short line. Feels like a reasonable skimmer. So a quick look down our edge, but it's just really the rest, that short line and the second shelf main line we used before. I wasn't really expecting anything down there, and we don't look on it again, to be honest. We managed to winkle something out across again, and it's pulling back a little bit this on our yellow hydro. We're okay on this balance kit, but we've got to go a little bit careful. It is like 0.1 hook length fluorocarbon, but with the light elastic we should be fine. Oh, lovely. It's a tench. We try throwing a few maggots on the short line round our float, just a few, just a dozen to 15, just to see them go down through the water column, see if they'd sort of bring any interest from fish, but they didn't. So as you can see, we went back across onto that second shelf. We managed to catch another one there. That's another Oid, isn't it? Completely out the blue, that one. It's been a long time since we caught one, but it's probably the biggest one we've caught actually. Nice fish. So we're into the last 30 minutes and we've made our mind up now. That's it. This is us on the short line and that line on the second shelf, and that's it. And we just alternate between the two until we hook a fish on that line, then we feed it, leave it, and go to the other one. And that's the routine. So we'll swap as fast as we catch, basically. And we've had to wait a good 7 or 8 minutes, but we have managed this skimmer, which is a fantastic fish on the day, to be honest. Really rewarding fishing as well, isn't it? Waiting and finally, oh, it's best fish we've had so far. one. This is pulling back straight away. This feels like a somewhat sensible. Perch, tench, maybe a carp.